The first step to transformation is to break free from the invisible chains that have been holding you back. These chains might not be physical, but they're just as strong, maybe even stronger, because they exist in your mind, your habits, and your emotions. They're the limiting beliefs you've been carrying, the stories you've been telling yourself about why you can't, why it's too hard, why it's not the right time. These chains are built from fear, doubt, and the comfort of the familiar. Think about it. How many times have you hesitated to take a step forward because of a voice in your head that said, "What if I fail?" How often do you find yourself stuck in a cycle of procrastination, telling yourself, "I'll start tomorrow," but tomorrow never comes? These are the chains, and they're not just stopping you, they're weighing you down. They're keeping you from living the life you're meant to live, the one you know deep down you're capable of creating. Breaking these chains starts with awareness. You have to take an honest look at your life and identify what's holding you back. Is it a fear of rejection? Is it a lack of confidence? Is it the opinions of others that have shaped your choices? Maybe it's the habits you've built over time, habits of settling for less, habits of avoiding discomfort, or habits of staying in situations that drain you because they feel safe. Here's the truth. Those chains didn't appear overnight. They've been forged over years of conditioning, of past experiences, of listening to the wrong voices, and of giving your power away. But just as they were built, they can be broken. And the first crack in those chains comes from your decision to say no more. You must challenge every belief that tells you you're not good enough, every excuse that keeps you in place, and every pattern that no longer serves you. It's not easy, because those chains might feel comfortable, they might even feel like a part of who you are, but they're not. They're not your identity, they're your prison. And today you begin the process of breaking free. It starts with courage, the courage to face yourself, the courage to admit what's not working, the courage to stop blaming circumstances, people, or the past, and take responsibility for where you are. Responsibility is your power. It means you're in control. And if you're in control, you have the ability to change. Breaking the chains also requires you to let go. Let go of the stories you've clung to about why you can't. Let go of the need for everything to be perfect before you start. Let go of the fear of failure and replace it with a hunger for growth. Failure isn't the enemy, staying stuck is. And then there's forgiveness. Sometimes the chains are built on anger, resentment, or guilt. You must forgive yourself for the mistakes you've made and forgive others for the pain they've caused. Not because they deserve it, because you deserve freedom. This is the day you stop being a prisoner of your past and start becoming the architect of your future. Now that the chains have been broken, it's time to ignite a vision so powerful, so compelling that it becomes the driving force behind everything you do. This is where transformation truly begins, by giving yourself permission to dream boldly, to create a vision for your life that lights a fire in your soul. Think about this. What does the best version of your life look like? Not the version you think is realistic or safe, but the one that truly excites you, the one that makes your heart race when you imagine it, the one that seems so big, so out of reach that it scares you a little. That's the vision we're talking about. The kind of vision that pulls you forward even when the challenges arise, even when it feels like the odds are stacked against you. But here's the key. You can't ignite a vision if you're living someone else's dream. You've got to stop and ask yourself, What do I really want? Not what your parents wanted for you, not what society tells you is the right path, but what you want. The life that aligns with your values, your passions, and your purpose. That's where your vision begins to take shape. And don't hold back. Don't limit yourself to what seems possible in this moment, because the truth is, your vision isn't about where you are, it's about where you're going. If it feels impossible, that's a good sign. That means you're stretching yourself, thinking beyond your current circumstances, and tapping into something greater. Now let's get specific. A vague dream is like a weak flame. It flickers out as soon as the wind blows. But a vision with clarity, with detail, with a purpose behind it, becomes unshakable. Picture it in your mind. What does your ideal day look like? Who are you with? What are you doing? How do you feel when you wake up in the morning? Dive deep into the details until you can see it as clearly as a memory. The clearer your vision, the stronger its pull. And don't stop at just one area of your life. Look at the big picture. What does your career look like? What kind of relationships do you want to have? What kind of impact do you want to make on the world? What does your health and energy feel like? This is about creating a vision that touches every aspect of your life, because true transformation is holistic. But a vision isn't just about dreaming, it's about feeling. When you think about your vision, it should stir something deep inside you. It should make you feel alive, inspired, and unstoppable. Emotion is the fuel that keeps the vision burning bright, even when things get tough. So don't just see your vision, feel it, experience it as though it's already happening. And here's something important to remember. Your vision doesn't have to make sense to anyone else. It's not their vision, it's yours. It doesn't matter if people think it's too ambitious, too different, or too risky. You don't need their approval. You don't need their validation. What you need is the courage to trust yourself and the belief that you can bring this vision to life. This is where you begin to shift your identity. The vision you create is not just about what you want. It's about who you need to become to achieve it. You start to ask yourself, what kind of person has this life? What habits do they have? How do they think? How do they show up every day? Because once you connect your vision to your identity, you start to align your thoughts, your actions, and your energy with the life you're building. And while you're igniting your vision, don't forget to connect it to something bigger than yourself. A vision rooted in purpose is unstoppable. It's not just about what you can get, it's about what you can give, who you can help, and how you can leave the world a little better than you found it. Purpose gives your vision meaning, and meaning gives it power. This is the moment where you let go of small thinking and step into the space where possibilities are endless. It's about lighting a fire so bright that nothing can extinguish it, no matter what comes your way. This is where you stop settling for what is and start reaching for what could be. Now comes the most crucial part of transformation, taking massive action. A vision without action is just a daydream, a fleeting thought with no power to change your life. You've broken the chains, you've ignited a vision, and now it's time to step into the real work of making that vision a reality. This is where you move from thinking about what's possible to creating it. Action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. But not just any action, massive, focused, consistent action. The kind of action that challenges you, stretches you, and pushes you outside of your comfort zone. It's about showing up every single day with a mindset that says, I will do whatever it takes. But let's be clear, taking massive action doesn't mean doing 100 different things at once. and hoping something works. It's about strategic action. You've got to ask yourself, what are the most important steps I can take right now to move closer to my vision? Focus on the actions that have the biggest impact, the ones that create momentum, and start to build the results you want. And don't wait for the perfect time to start. There's no such thing as the perfect time. If you're waiting for all the stars to align, you'll be waiting forever. The perfect time to act is now, in the moment you decide that your dreams are worth more than your fears, your excuses, or your doubts. Progress beats perfection every single time. Taking massive action also means being relentless. You don't stop when it gets hard. You don't stop when you face setbacks. Because here's the reality, setbacks are part of the process. You're going to face challenges, obstacles, and moments when it feels like nothing is working. But every time you push through, you grow stronger. Every time you keep going, you build resilience. It's about building momentum. At first, it might feel like nothing is happening. You're putting in the effort, but the results aren't there yet. That's normal. Momentum takes time. It's like pushing a heavy boulder uphill. It's hard at first, but with consistent effort, that boulder starts to move, and eventually it gains so much speed that nothing can stop it. And let's talk about consistency, because this is where most people fall short. Massive action isn't just about doing something big once and expecting a miracle. It's about showing up every single day and doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is the key. Motivation might get you started, but discipline keeps you going. This is also the time to embrace the power of decision. You've got to make decisions quickly and act on them. Indecision is the enemy of action. When you overthink, when you hesitate, you lose the momentum you've worked so hard to build. Trust yourself. Trust the process. Decide and move. And don't forget to measure your progress. Massive action doesn't mean reckless action. It means being intentional, tracking your results, and adjusting your approach when needed. If something isn't working, don't waste time doing it over and over. Learn from it, pivot, and keep moving forward. Taking massive action also means surrounding yourself with the right energy. You need people in your corner who support your vision, who challenge you to be better, and who hold you accountable. Cut out the distractions, the negativity, and the influences that pull you off track. Your environment matters. And finally, remember that massive action requires a shift in identity. You're not just taking action as the person you've been, you're taking action as the person you're becoming. Every step you take, every decision you make, every challenge you overcome is shaping you into the version of yourself who lives that vision. This is about stepping into your power and claiming the life that's waiting for you. Energy is the life force behind everything you do. It's the fuel that drives your actions, the spark that ignites your passion, and the power that turns your vision into reality. Without energy, even the greatest plans remain stagnant and the boldest dreams fall flat. But when you unleash your energy, when you tap into the limitless well of vitality that exists within you, you become unstoppable. Unleashing your energy begins with understanding its source. It's not just physical, it's mental, emotional, and spiritual. It's about the alignment of your mind, body, and spirit, working together in harmony to create a state of peak performance. Think about it. How many times have you had the desire to do something great, but lacked the energy to follow through? It's not because the dream wasn't worth it. It's because your energy wasn't where it needed to be. Start with your physical energy. It's the foundation. Your body is a vessel. And how you treat it determines how much energy you have to give. Are you fueling it with the right foods, the ones that nourish you and keep you strong, or are you filling it with things that drain you and leave you sluggish? Are you moving your body daily, getting your blood flowing and your heart pumping, or are you letting it stagnate? Physical energy doesn't just happen, it's cultivated through intentional habits. Exercise, hydration, proper sleep, and nutrition aren't just health tips, they're the keys to unlocking your potential. But physical energy alone isn't enough. Mental energy is just as critical. It's about what you allow into your mind, because what you think determines how you feel, and how you feel determines the energy you bring to your life. Are you feeding your mind with empowering thoughts, or are you letting negativity and self-doubt take up space? Are you focused on solutions, or are you stuck in the problems? Mental energy comes from clarity, focus, and the ability to direct your thoughts toward what serves you. Emotional energy is the next layer, and it's often the most overlooked. Your emotions are powerful. They can lift you up or weigh you down. But here's the thing, you're not a victim of your emotions. You have the power to choose how you feel, to shift your state in an instant. It starts with awareness. When you feel drained or stuck, ask yourself, what's the story I'm telling myself right now? Is it empowering me or holding me back? Change the story and you change your emotional energy. Gratitude, joy, and love are some of the highest energy emotions you can tap into, and they're always available to you if you choose to focus on them. And then there's spiritual energy, the deep sense of purpose and connection that fuels your soul. When you know why you're here, when you're connected to something greater than yourself, your energy, it's the kind of energy that comes from knowing your life has meaning, that your actions matter, and that you're contributing to something beyond just your own needs. Spiritual energy isn't about religion. It's about alignment. It's about living in integrity with your values, your purpose, and your highest self. To unleash your energy, you also have to protect it. Energy leaks happen when you give your time and attention to things that don't serve you. Toxic relationships, unnecessary drama, endless distractions. These are the things that drain your energy and leave you feeling depleted. You've got to set boundaries. Say no to what doesn't align with your vision and prioritize what truly matters. And let's not forget about the role of passion. Passion is one of the greatest sources of energy you'll ever find. When you're doing something you love, something that excites you and makes you feel alive, energy flows naturally. You don't have to force it, it just happens. So ask yourself, what lights me up? What makes me lose track of time? What fills me with a sense of purpose and excitement? The more you align your life with your passions, the more energy you'll have. Energy also comes from momentum. Action creates energy. The more you do, the more you want to do. It's a cycle. When you take that first step, no matter how small, you create a ripple effect. That ripple turns into a wave, and before you know it, you're riding the current of your own energy. The hardest part is starting, but once you start, the energy builds. Finally, unleashing your energy requires belief. Belief in yourself, in your vision, and in your ability to overcome whatever stands in your way. When you believe in what you're doing, you tap into a well of energy that can't be explained. It just is. It's the kind of energy that makes you wake up early, stay up late, and push through challenges with a smile on your face. Belief fuels energy, and energy fuels results. In just 3 days, you have the power to redefine your future. Day 1, break the chains that have held you back and free yourself from limitations. Day 2, ignite the vision that inspires you to live with purpose and clarity. Day 3, take massive action and turn your dreams into reality. Transformation isn't a distant goal. It starts now with the choices you make today. Embrace your energy, commit to your vision, and take bold, relentless steps toward your destiny. This is your moment to rise, to become unstoppable, and to create a life that reflects the greatness within you.